ze specjalnego, poszerzonego wydania płyty Wish You Were Here, która obchodzi właśnie 50. urodziny. A w studio Osieckiej mieliśmy wspaniałego gościa, który zaśpiewał nie 3, jak było mówione, ale 5 piosenek. Oto Tom Smith.
Lista osobista.
In the birth of a morning, in the passing of time, in the wake of December, in the time of your life, I will always remember the space when you spoke. In between the words, we were struggling to float, but it's a deep dive learning to breathe. I don't know what you keep down there in your deepest ocean. You'll heal eventually. You are not alone when you're lonely. We all get left behind. You are not alone when you're lonely. There is nothing in the dark that isn't there in the light. Your sadness is an arc, is helpless in the tide. 'Cause nothing's ever simple, superstitious man. If there's an outstretched arm, you should take it if you can. Better take it if you can. But it's a deep dive learning to breathe, and I don't know what you keep down there in your deepest ocean. You'll heal eventually. You are not alone when you're lonely. We all get left behind. You are not alone when you're lonely. You are not alone when you're lonely. There is nothing in the dark that isn't there in the light. But it's a deep dive learning to breathe. I don't know what you keep down there in your deepest ocean. You'll heal eventually. You are not alone when you're lonely. We all get left behind. And maybe we got left behind. But I'm alive and you're alive. And maybe we got left behind. But I'm alive and you're alive. And baby, we got left behind. But I'm alive and you're alive. Thank you.
My też dziękujemy, a przed sesją Toma Smitha w studiu Osieckiej porozmawialiśmy, bo jest o czym. Tom, when an artist, an established artist goes solo, everybody's asking the same question. Why now?
Yeah.
I kind of ask you for 3 reasons recently live on air, but could you elaborate on that? Because I would think that it's more of a process than a decision, a sudden decision.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe like a lot of things in life, it's not like a light switch one day, and it takes a while to build up inside of you, and a few contributing factors
can maybe bring it to the surface at a certain point in your life. You know, I'd thought about doing a solo record, you know, sporadically maybe 10 years ago, and over the years it kind of, becomes more frequent. But I think after COVID, and then out of that, Editors came with EBM, which was a record which I had less involvement writing-wise, you know. That record was unique because of the time and how it came together. And then, so I had quite a lot of material, or the beginnings of ideas out of that time. And then I found the material to be quite personal. It felt like it was quite reflective of a man of my age singing about myself in a more personal way than I'd usually do. So the material started to feel appropriate for a solo record. And purely like, you know, you start to think, well, if I don't do it now, maybe I won't, you know, there is a bit of that.
Ticking.
Yeah, it will just, exactly. So there does come a point where you have to go, right, I'm going to make a decision now, but it takes a while to get to that point.
Zapytałem na początek, kiedy artysta nagrywa solowy album, wszyscy pytają go tak naprawdę o jedno, szczególnie jeżeli to jest artysta uznany. Dlaczego teraz? Co możesz dodać do tego pytania? Jak wiele rzeczy w życiu, to nie jest tak jak przekręcenie wyłącznika światła. Coś nagłego i od razu jest jasno. To powoli się buduje w tobie, rośnie. Jest tyle różnych czynników, które powodują, że wreszcie wychodzi to z ciebie na zewnątrz. Myślałem o tej płycie od mniej więcej 10 lat, z upływem czasu chyba coraz częściej. Natomiast po okresie COVID-u i po tym, jak Editors zrobili płytę EBM, w której byłem znacznie mniej niż zwykle zaangażowany, jeżeli chodzi o pisanie materiału, pomyślałem, że może to ten właściwy moment. I właśnie wtedy zacząłem zbierać pomysły. Okazało się, że wszystko, co tworzę, jest bardzo osobiste. Dla człowieka w moim wieku, który zaczyna oglądać się za siebie, i pomyślałem, że może to jest ten materiał, który powinien stworzyć moją solową płytę. No i do tego doszło jeszcze myślenie, jeżeli nie teraz, to kiedy? To może już nigdy. No i powstała.
Thank you so much for listening and coming and being here. This will be the last song I play. Dziękuję. I'm so glad I found this. I'm so glad I did. I'm so glad I found this. I'm so glad I did. People are fragile things you should know by now. Be careful what you put them through. People are fragile things you should know by now. You'll speak when you're spoken to. It breaks when you don't force it. It breaks when you don't try. It breaks if you don't force it. It breaks if you don't try. You don't try. People are fragile things you should know by now. Be careful what you put them through. People are fragile things you should know by now. you'll speak when you're spoken to. With a warm hand you call me. With a warm hand I'm still. With a warm hand you call me. With a warm hand I'm still. People are fragile things you should know by now. Be careful what you put them through. People are fragile things you should know by now. And you'll speak when you're spoken to. And you'll speak when you're spoken to. He'll speak when you're spoken to. He'll speak when he's spoken to. She'll speak when she's spoken to. Thank you.
Reason number 3 for me is probably most important, because that's the age when you start to reflect. Turn back and see what was happening. And there are snapshots, if you will, on this album. 2 that come to my mind are the New York City song, The Lights of New York City, and Northern Line, perhaps. That's a snapshot from
completely.
the time gone.
Yeah, thinking of myself as a younger man and feeling that, being aware of that passing of time, thinking about, things that I got up to at that point in my life, and also just thinking about that person and how we are different now, and the eyes that person saw the world are different to my eyes now, in some ways, kind of waving goodbye to youth a little,
Goodbye, but no regrets.
Yeah, no, it was a nice feeling. It felt completely natural. I'm certainly not moaning about getting old. I feel like it's more tangible now, like I say, that passing of time.
Wcześniej wymieniłem 3 powody, dla których mógł napisać solową płytę. Tutaj powołałem się na 3 z nich. To była po prostu Smuga cienia, wiek 40, w jego przypadku 4 lat. Czy to jest moment, w którym oglądasz się za siebie i o to chodzi? Bo ja na tej płycie widziałem 2 takie trochę stopklatki czy fotografie z przeszłości w piosence Northern Line i w piosence New York City Lights. Tak, absolutnie. Tak dokładnie było. To jest o mnie młodym. To jest uświadomienie sobie przemijania czasu. Patrzę z odległości, z daleka na tę osobę, którą byłem. Jest na pewno inna, była inna niż ja jestem teraz. W pewnym sensie żegnam się z młodością. Ale niczego nie żałujesz? Nie, niczego nie żałuję. To z pewnością jest raczej pożegnanie z tamtym wspaniałym dla mnie okresem niż pisanie o starzeniu się. Nie, nic z tych rzeczy.
Don't wait to pray, to push back on the pain. Let it know you're not easy prey. A word and a glance, marbles in your hand. Roll them round and let go when you say that it ain't over. We're not flawless by design. Through all these fractures, our love has broke. good time. We stand before a garden full of light, and all that's done, all that's left behind. The breath, the pulse, shelter in the hush, sudden rain, splinters then combines. 'Cause it ain't over, we're not flawless by design. Through all these fractures, our love was broken time. But don't wait to break. Don't wait to break. 'Cause it ain't over. It ain't over. 'Cause we're not perfect by design. Through all these fractures, our love has broken time.
Was there a plan when you started? Because Deep Dive is basically a fundamental song on the album.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was the first recorded, right?
Yeah.
Can you tell a bit?
Yeah, I mean, so once you do make that decision to try to make a record on your own, you know, I knew I wanted it to be an acoustic record. I knew I wanted it to be more reflective of how I write songs. So even when editors have been electronic, or all the songs I've written in the past have started on acoustic guitar or piano. They just go on a journey with the band through collaboration. And I wanted this record for that journey not to be so far. But that still means, you know, an acoustic record is a wide-ranging thing, right?
Of course.
And I still needed some help to help me record. And Ian Archer, who came on board, someone I knew from the past a little bit, but I'd never really properly worked with. Yeah, we got together in the studio, and the first thing we worked on was a song that became Deep Dive. Through that process of collaboration with him in those first few days, it changed quite a lot. And it just, you know, things click into focus, and I could feel the weight of the recording, the kind of the space in the notes, in the silences, and I think he realised too that we could do something good together. And then as the record developed and more songs came, you know, some of the lyrics on that song felt fundamental to themes that popped up on the whole album. So yeah,
especially Deep Dive.
Yeah,
probably. But is the final result a bit less calm that you expected starting? I mean, songs like Leave could be on the editor's album, perhaps.
Yeah, that's the one I would say that's closest to my band life. Yeah, it was a constant conversation with Ian, you know, how far to push the arrangements and when to push them. And sometimes we pushed songs and then we came back and went, no, it's too far. And I think we've ended up with an album where half of it is quite minimal and sparse. And things like Leave and Souls and Moments of Life is for Living, yeah, there are drums and string arrangements, and things have got a little bit larger. And that's a balance, you know.
But there is also Saturday.
Sure.
Which is, I don't know, turn off the light, right?
Yeah.
More or less.
Yeah.
It's this special moment of the week, probably.
It's the end of the night, you know. It's that kind of... to me, it's like set in kind of... in one of those regional English towns that aren't the nicest places to be, really. but you can be out on an evening with people or a person in particular surrounded by this kind of chaos, but you in that moment, those two people are all that matter, you know, and at the end of the night when you don't want the last bell to ring and all that, and yeah, connection.
Czy płyta miała plan? Czy miałeś plan? Pierwszą piosenką, którą nagrałeś, było Deep Dive. To jest piosenka dla tej płyty podstawowa. Kiedy podejmujesz decyzję, że chcesz nagrać płytę, musisz podjąć kilka decyzji. Ja chciałem płytę akustyczną, bardziej refleksyjną, z innymi tekstami. Editors, nawet jeżeli nagrywali piosenki elektroniczne, to i tak one powstawały w moim przypadku na fortepianie albo gitarze. No a potem ruszały w tę podróż zespołową, czasem bardzo daleką. Chciałem, żeby tym razem ta podróż była trochę bliższa. Pojęcie płyty akustycznej jest bardzo szerokie i może oznaczać bardzo wiele. Pojawił się Ian Archer, człowiek, którego dobrze znam, ale nigdy z nim tak naprawdę nie pracowałem. I zaczęliśmy od utworu, który potem przeistoczył się w właśnie Deep Dive. Dość szybko zorientowałem się, pracując z Ianem, że bardzo dobrze się rozumiemy, że mamy to samo poczucie przestrzeni w muzyce, ciszy, która oddziela poszczególne momenty. No i powstawało coraz więcej piosenek. Piosenki zaczęły mieć tematykę, która była zbliżona do przesłania całej płyty. No dobrze, ale jaki był finał tego wszystkiego? Bo przecież są na tej płycie takie piosenki jak Leave, to już moje kolejne pytanie, które znakomicie odnalazłyby się na płycie Editors. Masz rację, to jest utwór najbliższy mojemu zespołowi. To były ciągłe rozmowy z Ianem, jak daleko pędzimy do przodu. Skończyło się tak, że połowa płyty jest minimalistyczna, a utwory takie jak Live, Soul czy Life is for Living mają i aranż smyczkowy i mają bardzo dużo, więc jest tam pewien balans jednego i drugiego. I znów wtrąciłem, ale jest jeszcze piosenka ostatnia, Saturday. Coś w rodzaju zgaszenia światła, takiego specjalnego momentu na koniec tygodnia, w sobotnią noc. Mnie, powiedział Tom, ta piosenka kojarzy się z małym angielskim miasteczkiem, z atmosferą takiego miasteczka. Jest sobota wieczór, jest chaos, śpiewy, krzyki, a ty jesteś albo z grupą przyjaciół, albo z tą jedną osobą i jesteś tylko z nimi albo z nią. I wszystko inne się nie liczy i to jest ten bardzo, bardzo specjalny moment, o którym opowiada ten utwór.
Morning light, a soft forgiveness. You don't get over that. When I lost my heart near Oxford Circus, you brought it straight back. You hold my head up, fingers and thumbs. I'll help you to count out how many times, how many times, how many times have I got it wrong? From when I wake to when I crash, a dream is all that's true. I'll come to where you are, put the feelings in the car, we'll drive to someplace new. We'll steal a minute under purple skies, song on the radio, it makes you cry. We got each other and we just get by. I'll help you to count out how many times, how many times, how many times have I got it wrong? How many times do we fall to climb, just trying to get home? All we have is dependence. All we have is dependence. When the world is against us, all we have is dependence. And now, and now, and now, we'll steal a minute under purple skies. Song on the radio, it makes you cry. We got each other and we just get by. I'll help you to count out how many times, how many times, how many times have I got it wrong? How many times do we fall to climb, just trying to get home? All we have is dependence. All we have is dependence. When the world is against us, all we have is dependence. And now, and now, and now, thank you.
Also, because of the reflective nature of the album, I think that the lyrics are much less cryptic than it happens with the editors.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm guilty of, and I enjoy the ambiguity and the kind of playfulness of writing words for editors, because it can be, it doesn't have to make complete sense all the time. It can be fun, it can be over the top, it can be performative. Yeah, but that wasn't the case with this set of songs. No,
I can't help the feeling that the title of the album, maybe unconscious, slight dig at people who think editors are the dark band.
I mean, possibly. It's funny, like that tag has been with us from day one. You know, where we know how you know whether it has any merit or not, I don't know. We're certainly, I guess, darker in tone to a lot of things in pop music, but we're not really in that world anyway. But I think the people that have connected with our band at any point over the last 20 years, the lyrics that people talk to me about and I see tattooed or whatever, or want me to write out, and it's always the ones that have love and hope and light in them, you know, in amongst the kind of more melancholic music or, you know, playing field.
Life is for living. That's maybe the most important, like, sentence on the album. Right?
I think it felt quite an empowering thing to say. The key, life is for living any way you want, felt like the key counterpoint to that line. It felt important to clarify that, you know. And when Ian and I stumbled across that together, it felt like I say, it felt like a powerful thing to try to put in a song, you know.
Teksty na tej płycie są bardziej refleksyjne, a przez to też mniej tajemnicze i czasami trudne do zrozumienia, jak w przypadku grupy Editors. No tak, ja jestem winny tego, że sprawia mi czasem przyjemność bawienie się językiem angielskim, zabawa słowem. Teksty u Editorsów nie zawsze tak naprawdę coś znaczą, czasami są po prostu zabawą. No dobrze, a czy tytuł płyty o ciemności i świetle nie jest lekkim przytykiem dla wszystkich, którzy od zawsze uważają, że Editors to trochę ponury, ciemny, mroczny zespół. No wiesz, to jest tak, że taka etykietka przylepiona została nam na samym początku. Ja nie wiem, czy ona ma jakiekolwiek uzasadnienie. Na pewno jesteśmy trochę bardziej mroczni od większości muzyki popularnej. Ale zauważyłem też, że ludzie, którzy polubili nas i połączyli się z tym, co robimy jakieś 20 lat temu, tak naprawdę zawsze pytają nas, czy pokazują tatuaże z tymi piosenkami, które mówią o nadziei i o miłości, a nie bardziej melancholicznymi. No dobrze, to teraz zapytam Cię o piosenkę Life is for Living, bo to jest takie zdanie, credo, motto, kto wie, czy nie najważniejsze na tej płycie. Tutaj muszę dodać, mówi Tom, że uzupełnieniem Life is for Living jest jeszcze jedno. Any way you want. Na jakikolwiek chcesz sposób. Trochę męczyliśmy się z Ianem tworząc ten utwór, ale kiedy wpadliśmy na tą drugą linijkę tekstu, wszystko się ułożyło.
You can't find a meaning, entwined like a figure of eight. Your head in the clouds and your feet on the moon. You rise as they start to dilate. Life is for living any way you want. Life is for living. Live it till it's gone. Hope that weighs on your shoulders, but your thirst would swallow a sea. And put a hand on my back, you share suffering and breathe with me. No one said it would be easy, 'cause all we pretend to be. And I hear you roar, daydreamers who climb redwoods of Big Sur. There's nothing to fear here, so open the door, and I'll hear you singing, life is for living any way you want. Life is for living. Live it till it's gone. Live it till it's gone. Live it till it's gone. 'Cause all we pretend to be, and I hear you roar, daydreamers who climb redwoods of Big Sur. There's nothing to fear here, so open the door, and I'll hear you singing. Light it all, light it all, light it all, up la la, light it all, light it all, light it all, up la la, light it all, light it all, light it all, up la la, light it all, light it all, light it all, up la la. There's nothing to fear here. There's nothing to fear here. There's nothing to fear here. Life is for living any way you want. Life is for living any way you want. Life is for living any way that you want. Life is for living. Live it till it's gone. Live it till it's gone. Live it its call. Light-it-all, 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 up la la, light-it-all, 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 up la la, light-it-all, 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 up la la, light-it-all, light-it-all.
Is studio now more of a home to you and probably the band, the editors, than it used to be when stage was all your life?
I mean, you know, it is a balance, and you do, you know, for a band like ourselves, you do need both. But yeah, I think if you had to push us to choose one or the other, where to spend the rest of our days, I think we'd very happily be in studios making records forever. As you get older, you know, the repetition and the travel of touring, although it's still amazing and wonderful and provides incredible highs, it's less so. You know, of course, you know, it's like, it's nice to be home, you know, and you can spend time in a studio together, and it can be more like a working week, and then you can go home to your families and things like that. So there's lots of reasons why studio life is preferable to us, but ultimately, on a pure, you know, artistic endeavour, I think creating in the studio is where we're most at home now.
But there is a nice variation on the theme, is going solo, acoustic, and playing low-key gigs. That's what's...
Yeah, so this has provided me an opportunity to go out and play in places and in Wales that I've not done before, you know, not to this extent. So very small crowds, sometimes churches or little town halls, and everybody sat down. Me and just one other musician most of the time. Yeah, really kind of, hopefully quite special moments for the audience, you know. Lots of awkward silences. Yeah, it's new for me. Yeah.
Czy teraz dla ciebie i dla zespołu studio jest bardziej domem niż estrada? Tak jest. Estrada była tym przez całe moje życie. Teraz robienie płyt jest dla nas znacznie bardziej przyjazne. Po latach powtarzalności tras koncertowych i wszystkim, co z tym związane, które oczywiście dają ci w dalszym ciągu niezłego kopa od czasu do czasu, bardziej pasuje nam taki dość normalny tydzień pracy, a potem wolne weekendy, kiedy można pójść do domu, mamy rodziny, mamy dzieci. Od strony czysto artystycznej też studio jest w tej chwili dla nas znacznie ważniejszym wyznaniem. Ale, zauważyłem, może być jeszcze wariacja na temat. Mogą być akustyczne koncerty, które łączą jedno z drugim i odświeżają to, co mówiłeś, jest już powtarzalne. Tak, będę grał teraz w miejscach, w których nigdy nie byłem. Czasami w malutkich kościołach, ratuszach miejskich. To jest zawsze koncert dla publiczności bardzo ważny i specjalny, a dla mnie na pewno coś nowego. Ostatnie pytanie, jakie zadałem podczas rozmowy Tomowi Smithowi, nie dotyczyło jego solowej płyty. Can you tell us anything about the next Editors album?
I can tell you it's nearly finished. There's a little bit more work to do. So I finished my record, the recording of it, perhaps, I don't know, March, April time. But we spent kind of May, June, July, some of August in a studio together in our happy place, like I said. And it was really productive. The last three records, which kind of culminate with EBM, very much studio records in the way that we're using the studio to help write the songs and the recordings. With this, we kind of wanted it to be a band in a room first, so to make sure the arrangements were all clicking into place and we knew what was going on before we press record. So it feels more like a rock record, definitely.
Okay. Thank you, Tom. Best of luck.
Thank you.
We can meet again when we were young. It's right there in your hand.
A potem nasz gość Tom Smith przygotował 8 piosenek, którymi chciał się z nami podzielić, które go inspirowały i które zagramy przez 2 kolejne wydania listy osobistej. Dziś część pierwsza. Zaczynamy.
This is kind of me thinking back to my kind of late teenage years, indie, learning to play the guitar, really fascinated how they use their chord shapes and made their songs, and learning to write songs as well, and listening to bands like this. This is like, this band are quite unheard of. I would be surprised if anybody knows this record.
And they had quite a short story, I think.
Very short story, yeah. So kind of elusive, kind of special because of that. I feel like, you know, it's one of my little secrets, you know. It's not often that I meet people that we can connect over low gold, so... But it's kind of melancholic. And like I said, I was just fascinated by the kind of tones of the guitar and the way they voice their shapes, so helped me write songs, yeah.
Oni nauczyli mnie trochę, jak pisze się piosenki. To są moje lata późne nastoletnie. Muzyka indie. Z całą pewnością byłbym zaskoczony, gdyby ktoś znał zespół Low Gold. Mieli bardzo krótką historię, to ja już dodałem. Tak, i przez to są trochę tajemniczy, trochę nieosiągalni. To jest taki mój mały sekret. Nie zdarzało mi się z nikim rozmawiać o Low Gold, ale podobała mi się zawsze ich melancholia, ich użycie gitar i sposób, w jaki śpiewali. To jest piosenka Beauty Dies Young zespołu Low Gold. Kolejny utwór wybrany przez Toma dla niektórych może być zaskakujący. Robert Palmer. That must be an unusual reason.
Robert Palmer. So this record, I think it's called Clues, this album comes from. And this song, Woke Up Laughing, is towards the end of this record, Clues. This record was one when we were making In Dream, the band in Scotland, we listened to non-stop. It has the song Johnny and Mary on it, which is quite famous. But this track is just like it is in itself like a dream-like kind of looping, really unusual, really kind of, especially if you know Robert Palmer from his kind of big commercial hits, which many people will, which are great too, but this is really kind of quirky. It reminds me of like Arcade Fire or something like that. So, and a really big influence on editors at that point.
Piosenka Roberta Palmera, musi być jakiś bardzo ważny powód. To jest utwór Woke Up Laughing z płyty Clues, pod koniec tej płyty, tego albumu to było. Kiedy nagrywaliśmy z Editos płytę In Dream, słuchaliśmy tej płyty non-stop. Jest tam słynny utwór John and Mary, ale ten akurat, który wybrałem, jest bardzo, bardzo niezwykły. Są loopy i tak dalej. Jeżeli znasz Roberta Palmera z jego wielkich przebojów z lat 80., będziesz bardzo zadziwiony, bo to bardziej przypomina na przykład Arcade Fire.
Lista osobista.
I think you have a soft spot for Scottish music.
There is
they show up, like Mogwai and...
Yeah, I do. There's something about that kind of Celtic... melodic sensibility that quite often resonates with me, and the Blue Nile are maybe more so than Low Gold, but kind of one of those special kind of unheard of bands, like a bit of a secret, a cult band, yeah, I would say. But this is a band who I kind of fell in love with in the last 5 years, and it's nice. It was really lovely to have that feeling of like deep connection with a record that it was new to me, because I feel like you go through that process a lot in your mid to late teens, and as you get older, that I find that further apart. It doesn't happen so often. So to have that connection with a record, the yearning kind of nature to his lyrics and the delivery and the production, so minimal, so beautiful, and the pictures that are painted. So this is very kind of evocative of kind of, I know they're Scottish, but it feels like kind of Northern England, rain, seaside towns. This is called Headlights on the Parade, Yeah.
Headlights on the Parade grupy Blue Nile. Zauważyłem, Tom, masz chyba jakąś słabość do szkockiej muzyki. Tak, coś mnie urzeka, prawdopodobnie ta celtycka melodyka, wrażliwość. Blue Nile jest może troszkę mniej nieznany niż Low Gold, ale to jeden z tych zespołów, których nikt nie słyszał, nikt nie zna, kultowych, tajemniczych. Poznałem ich w ciągu ostatnich 5 lat i rzadko się zdarza. To jest taka rzecz, którą pamiętamy z czasów nastoletnich. Bardzo się rzadko zdarza w dorosłym życiu, że odkrywasz coś dla siebie i czujesz z tym taki mocny związek. Podoba mi się w nich i ta tęsknota w tekstach, i produkcja, i to, że sami namalowali okładki. Akurat to nie przypomina mi Szkocji, tylko bardziej taką małe miasteczko w północnej Anglii, tak sobie myślę. Radiohead. That's interesting. You were 10 when they started.
10 when they started, was I?
Maybe 11.
Yeah. No Surprises is on OK Computer. So this came out when I was 16. So this was like...
Okay.
This was... I'd seen them... I'd actually seen Radiohead supporting R.E.M. 2 years before when they were touring the Bends. And we'll come on to R.E.M. maybe in a bit. But Radiohead weren't like a ordinary Britpop band, you know. They weren't Oasis and Blur. They were beamed from another planet. More intellectual, I guess, but just more, for me, more interesting kind of production and songwriting. But when this record came out, it was like the perfect combination of like music from the future with classic songwriting, and No Surprises is just... I saw them in the last couple of weeks in London on their tour. And it was a highlight, yeah, it was unbelievable.
Miałeś 10 lat, kiedy zaczęli Radiohead. No tak, ale wybrałem No Surprises płyty OK Computer, kiedy miałem już 16. Widziałem ich 2 lata wcześniej, jak supportowali R.E.M. jeżdżąc z płytą Bands. To nie był zwykły angielski zespół pop. To nie byli ani Oasis, ani Blur. Oni byli z innej planety. Z pewnością bardziej intelektualni, ale też bardziej odpowiadali mi, jeśli chodzi o produkcję muzyki, jeżeli o pisanie piosenek. Łączyli w cudowny sposób muzykę bardzo klasyczną z taką futurystyczną, przyszłościową. Widziałem ich w ciągu ostatnich kilku tygodni na koncercie w Londynie i to było coś wspaniałego.
Adrian Lenker is the singer of Big Thief, who are a modern, arty, indie American band. Brilliant band. But this is... she's made a few solo records, and this record, and the way this kind of... The way the guitars are recorded, the way it's presented was quite an influence on me thinking about my record. And it's just like a lullaby. It's just perfect. It's just perfection. The way she loops her phrasing, combined with her melodic choices, and she's like such an unusual guitar player. Plays in a way that is kind of complicated, but it just sounds simple. Okay. You know, like the best people do.
Adriana Lenker jest wokalistką amerykańskiego artystowskiego zespołu indie Big Thief. Nagrała też kilka albumów solowych. To nagranie ma gitary zarejestrowane w taki sposób, że były inspiracją dla mojej solowej płyty. To kołysanka, ale uwielbiam jej sposób frazowania, lupowania tych fraz, jej wybory melodyczne. Jest też niezwykłą gitarzystką, gra bardzo, bardzo po swojemu. Adriana Lenker, Anything.
Staring down the barrel of the hot sun, shining with the sheen of a shotgun. Careless of little sweetness.
You can't really top the feeling of growing up on Automatic for the People and then supporting the band.
Yeah, in terms of like, when I look back, you know, when I think of the things that were most special in my musical career, yeah, I mean, R.E.M., the band, that were one of the reasons I'm doing it in the first place. And then a few years later, on our second record, they asked us to do a whole load of shows with them. So yeah, we played a whole summer's worth of outdoor shows with them, really special time. They were really welcoming, all kind of individual personalities and different and lovely, and the whole thing was just a dream. Yeah, Sweetness Follows is always going to be one of my favourite tracks of theirs. I've got a lot of favourite tracks of theirs because they've got a lot of great tracks. But this one, you know, in keeping with my kind of a more acoustic record, is one of their more acoustic moments, and it's really, really beautiful.
They say that the music you love at 16 stays with you forever.
Well, this one definitely.
So that's Radiohead, perhaps. No surprise.
Well, yeah, both. Yeah.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you.
Nie można tego przebić. Wyrastasz na płycie Automatic for the People grupy R.E.M., a potem supportujesz ich. Tak, kiedy patrzę w przeszłość, to jeden z najważniejszych, najbardziej niezwykłych momentów. I chyba jeden z powodów, dla którego zajmuję się w ogóle muzyką. Kiedy nagraliśmy drugą płytę, supportowaliśmy R.E.M., mogliśmy ich poznać. To zespół wspaniałych, bardzo różnych indywidualności. A Sweetness Follows, jedna z moich ich ulubionych piosenek, choć mam takich bardzo, bardzo wiele, bo oni mają bardzo wiele świetnych piosenek. Bardzo akustyczna, co konweniuje z moją nową płytą. Zauważyłem, że muzyka, którą się uwielbia, mając lat 16, zostaje z nami na całe życie. Tak jest ze Sweetness Follows, ale także jest podobnie z Radiohead, no bo wtedy Tom miał 16 lat.